What does City do next?
It's a good question. What I would say, when you looked at that list before in terms of the money that's been brought in, £350 million in Sane, so they've obviously recouped really well, and 95 for Alvarez is a brilliant fee. However, you've got to go and spend that, and you've got to go and convince someone to sit behind Erling Haaland and potentially sit on the bench. That's the trouble. So who are you going to buy for, I don't know, whatever the fee might be, 50, 60 million pound, when you're looking at top players to sit behind Haaland?
That doesn't exist, does it?
No, it doesn't exist. So you're going to have to buy, or you're going to have to be smart, which Guardiola will, and he'll have targets, I'm pretty sure. He's not just going to let Alvarez go for 95 million and think, well, that's our squad done for the season. It'd be more or less impossible. You know, Pep's always said about, you know, game time and the minutes that these players are playing. The squad list on paper there looks really, really good. I expect Oscar Bob to have more game time this season. Grealish is going to be in a fight on the left-hand side with Jeremy Doku. You need a fully fit Kevin De Bruyne. Savinho depends on how many minutes he gets. But still, unless Guardiola is going to play Phil Foden or Bernardo Silva as a false nine, I would be stunned if he's not in the market for a number 9.
If Haaland does get injured, who plays that number 9 role?
I think he goes back to a false 9. I don't think you play one through the middle. And we go back to that word, fluidity. There'll be a lot of fluidity in Manchester City. But to the point as to who they look for, they have to find a Julian Alvarez. When Julian Alvarez was signed from River Plate, there's nobody in Manchester City fan base that was saying, yes, we got Julian Alvarez. They didn't know who he was, let's be honest, right? And most people that follow European football did not know who Julian Alvarez was. They had to go and search him and what he was doing at River Plate. They would not have expected that the minor investment that they made into Julian Alvarez would turn into this sort of windfall of money coming into the club because of the performances and the profile of player that Julian Alvarez has become. Finding that guy is different. And that's a difficult part. That's difficult for Manchester City. If they do, then I do think that you need a second number 9, though. I do think, God forbid, Erling Haaland gets injured. You do need goals. You do need number 9s. You do need somebody that can provide you with a final touch. I think that's the job of Guardiola and Manchester City.
And he is a player, Haaland, that's picked up injuries.
Yeah.
He said it, Guardiola. He said, I'm going to have to rest him. I'm going to have to take him off at half-time in pre-season games. So the build is there when you look at him, but he's a big boy who's going to pick up sort of muscular injuries. So, again, I'd be stunned if Guardiola doesn't go in the market. Has to.